as I mentioned, have a very persistent approach to communication about attendance, but also about academics and scholar success overall. And so we do ask all of our teachers to track, all teachers and educators in our school building, to track all communication with families in School Runner. There's many reasons for it. One great one is really just increasing transparency within the team. We know that we have so many different team members that are doing everything they can to support our families in attending and doing well in school. And we know that it can become overwhelming for families. So by tracking attendance, everyone in the building is able to, everyone in our school is able to see what kind of communication has occurred to which family members. And we're able to see like which families have not been communicated with recently. So the frequency and the transparency are really, really helpful in this way. And it's ensuring that our family members get communication regularly. We have, in the spring, did not actually track this. I think we asked our families to track it in the last month, and so started to get some really good data. And recently going into this year, knew that that's something that we wanted to have really strong data pieces and data analysis on. And so have been requiring our teachers to do that. And School Runner also allows us to create some pretty quick reports that say like which teachers have made how many calls and to which families. And so again, it's a level of accountability. We want to remove as many obstacles as possible for our teachers and our leaders. And so having a system that allows us to pull this information quickly is really important to making sure that it can be done well and that we're giving the feedback to both our teachers and our families that is necessary.
Yeah, I pulled this data last night, Alexis. I don't even know if you had looked at this yet, but I thought it was really interesting. I mean, there was obviously, we saw in the spring across all of our schools that just the number of phone calls home to families, the number of communications home were just, you know, off the charts. I mean, I think it was something like, you know, 3x once school went distance learning. But to see that, you know, the combination, like you said, of sort of the accountability, having the tools to really make sure it's happening, and then also just the increased focus on it, to see that it had even gone up, you know, another almost 3x again from that point is impressive and shows, again, something that we've seen across the country, just a huge focus on family engagement and on being really precise and on top of making sure that every student, every family is getting that regular contact to keep everybody engaged.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And I know even for us, our teachers can get quite competitive. And so having a live dashboard like this is really great because we can also see trends around like which scholars are having the most academic success and what is their teacher rate of communication. And so we're midway in our quarter now, so we'll start to do some of those correlation and analysis. And it'll be interesting to see and be able to share with our teachers, like, you know, this teacher is getting these results, and notice that, you know, this is their call rate right now. What do you think about this, and how can you kind of take some of those practices and learning? So that'll be a really exciting next step for us as we kind of can pull all this data together and see what next steps we need to have.